So I got all the bikes out of the shed, trying to do a little organizing before the snow actually hits us and impacts us. I got the rear end of a 300EX over there that I'm trying to build a trailer out of for my old TR250. And I got the Kuberg, the custom Kuberg Freeride out. I have this eBay pack behind it. It's a 72 volt LiFePO, but I bought it as a 20 cell lithium ion on eBay. They listed it wrong, so it's kind of useless. It puts out about 30 amps. I'm gonna try to sell it, I think, before it just sits around all winter. This bike, the Kuberg, is still running the 12 amp hour multi-stars. Don't ask me how they're still kicking. It's been like, I feel like 7 or 8 years. The capacity is pretty bad. I put a LiPo buzzer on it every time I ride, and if I mash the throttle, this controller draws so much current that it'll just beep it down to the 3.7 low volt cutoff, like immediately. So when I get out and ride on this thing, I kind of go easy on it, and so I can get about 10-mile range. Pretty bad. I did have 24 amp hour multi-star in here, but I had one lousy cell fail in the whole pack, so I had to take the whole thing out. I didn't notice it until I was like going on a long ride one day, and my whole pack was completely out of whack and balance, and I had no clue why. I was just missing an entire cell. I don't know how that happened, but I had to pull the whole other 12 amp hour out, and I'm stuck with this small pack now. The front downhill tire has been doing really good. I did just have to put some air in it when I rode yesterday, so it does lose a little air a lot faster than these big tires. These dot rated tires seem to hold the air a little longer. But I threw, 15 bar in there or whatever, 30 PSI or whatever, and it was good to go. I definitely like it. It's lighter, it handles better. And when I have this small battery pack in here, having the lighter front end really does make a difference. When I had 24 amp hour in the front, having the heavier front end wasn't as big of a deal because the battery weighed so much more. But when you're trying to keep the battery light on this bike, it really does affect the performance having this front end being downhill and being a lot lighter. This is like my go-to bike, but I do need to get a bigger battery for it. I'm thinking of building like a 21700 cell pack for it, like custom fitting it in here, taking up some more room under the seat and getting a little more range, like maybe 20 amp hours, but let's see if I can fund that one day. Not right now. But the bike's been pretty bulletproof. I mean, my brother welded it all. I've had no issues. We're still on the first chain. We're still on the first motor. Pretty bulletproof setup. I did just put new pegs on it. These are actually the pegs from the Apollo 250 that I built. They're a lot wider and a lot more comfortable than the stock ones that were on this bike.